From the 3D Live Weather Center, this is your forecast first.
Good Wednesday evening, everybody. It was another beautiful day across central Illinois with well above average temperatures. Keep in mind, our average high for this time of year should be up into the upper 50 or low 50s. We got to around 70 degrees in Peoria, 71 in Bloomington Normal, and 72 in Pontiac. Radar and satellite, well, we picked up the clouds across central Illinois through much of the day today. The clouds will remain tonight, and that will keep temperatures in check, but will also bring us another round of rain as we wrap up the work week. We bottom out near 50 degrees for tonight, mid-60s tomorrow with on and off rain, and a big cool down on the way for the weekend. Details in your full 3 live weather forecast, but first, your News at 10 starts right now.
Next at 10, in the nick of time, a pregnant woman rescued from an oncoming train just seconds before disaster. Tonight, we speak with the heroes who saved the day. Plus, they risked their lives for freedom. Now, decades later, these local soldiers received the thank you they deserve.
I was truly amazed. I just didn't expect anything like that.
Buying a pack of cigarettes is about to become much more graphic.
That's too bizarre. That's disgusting.
We hit the streets to find out what Central Illinois thinks of tobacco's new look.
Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Bob Larson.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Meg Marshall. One man is dead, and now Peoria police are searching for his killer.
29-year-old Curtis Johnson was shot and killed late last night at the Circle K in Knoxville. Police are on the hunt tonight for his alleged killer, a man by the name of Calvin Frederick Brown. Authorities say Brown is a paroled convict and is armed and dangerous. Peoria County coroner says Johnson was getting gas at the station when he and Brown got into a fight and Johnson was shot. Police later stopped a car they believe Brown was traveling in, but the suspect fled.
3 people got out, 2 of them ran. One of them started to run but stopped. He was apprehended shortly after that. 2 people got away, 2 handguns were recovered. So we're still looking into that as far as who all was involved or who all was with him. But at this point, all we're looking for is Calvin Brown.
Police are testing those guns. This is the second fatal shooting at that gas station. 5 years ago, gas station attendant Earl McCart was killed during a robbery.
Fast action by police and dispatchers save a couple who found themselves stuck on railroad tracks. It happened in Lake Villa, Illinois. The train came to a halt just 40 yards before it would have smashed into their car. Eric Horn sat down with the dispatchers whose quick thinking saved lives.
The couple was traveling in a construction zone on Grass Lake Road and Route 83 when the male driver became confused by a detour sign and ended up stuck on these tracks. The female passenger, who's 7 months pregnant, called 911.
She was upset. She had said that they weren't from around here and gotten confused, and she was upset, scared.
Antioch police dispatchers Kim Winandy and Tia Chin were on duty when the call came in around 7:40 Sunday evening. As Chin instructed the couple to leave their Pontiac Firebird, Winandy immediately called Canadian National train dispatchers.
And at that point, one of our officers said that they heard a train, and luckily I was already on the line with Canadian National.
A 70-car freight train was less than 4 minutes from the stuck car. Canadian National notified the engineer, who managed to stop the train just 40 yards from the vehicle. Police say if the call had come 10 seconds later, there likely would have been an impact and possibly a derailment.
We don't know what the rail train was carrying. Like I said, there's businesses in that area. Who knows what could have happened.
The worst case scenario with the train would have been carrying some sort of hazardous material, and there's a neighborhood right there.
The Antioch police chief is hailing Winandy and Chin and all of his dispatchers as unsung heroes.
They're the ones that get us there. They get us there safely. They're updating us while we're en route to safety issues.
Not to downplay it by any means, but it's what you're, like I said, it's what you're trained to do. It's what you do, and you go right back at it the next day.
Police say no one was injured in the incident, although the pregnant woman was hospitalized as a precautionary measure.
U.S. Secretary of Transportation Ray LaHood is back home in Peoria today talking high-speed rail. LaHood was the keynote speaker at the Future of Midwest Transportation Conference. LaHood says he's pushing to pass a 6-year federal transportation bill, which would open the door for Illinois to receive more federal funds. The state has already accepted $1.2 billion as part of a high-speed rail stimulus dollar.
There are lots of good plans in place in every region of the country for high-speed rail,
And for those people that are positioned, we will create that opportunity for them.
Secretary LaHood says that he's not too worried about the makeup of Congress. He says transportation bills are usually bipartisan because everyone is for job creation and better infrastructure.
Meanwhile, Governor Pat Quinn is looking to raise a little more cash for Illinois' high-speed rail. That's the latest from our Twin Cities news partner, WJBC Radio. Quinn says he's already spoken with Vice President Joe Biden about the possibility of redirecting federal funds from other state projects that are rejecting. Wisconsin's governor-elect has announced he plans to reject $810 million in federal high-speed rail funds. Ohio's new governor may also opt out of $400 million in funding. A new report gives Illinois State University an F for preparing its teachers. The National Council on Teacher Quality says ISU's College of Education is failing in its elementary and special education programs. But the dean says that's not the case. She believes the conservative group has an agenda and it's trying to tarnish the college's reputation. She says the report only looked at portions of 2 teaching programs when there are 41 on campus.
Here's the analogy I would make to this. This is as if someone determined a patient was terminal by examining a written paragraph describing the big toe of the patient.
Several other Illinois universities are speaking out against the report, saying ISU is a good standing with groups that really matter, like the State Board of Higher Education.
McLean County's Unit 5 school district is taking action in honor of a beloved student. The district tonight approved a donation on behalf of the late Donnie Hampton Jr. A tree will be planted in his name at Kingsley Junior High in memory of the 13-year-old boy. Donnie collapsed and died unexpectedly in the school hallway back in May.
Flags across the state will be flown at half-staff this weekend in honor of a Central Illinois soldier killed in action. Army Specialist James Young of Rochester was serving in Afghanistan. He died November 3rd after his vehicle was hit with an IED. Young was just 25 years old.
Most veterans get warm welcomes when they return from battle, but that didn't happen for some local World War II veterans.
Now, a local group is taking these former service members on trips to the nation's capital where they're being honored as heroes.
Tonight, WMBD photojournalist Mary Gordon takes us to Washington, D.C. in the first part of a special series on the Land of Lincoln Honor Flight.
Thought it was great. More hugs than I've had in 10 years.
It's beautiful. I was truly amazed. I just didn't expect anything like that. It's just wonderful those people would spend their time and effort to come out and do that for us. I'm sure everybody appreciated it.
Thank you so much. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much.
I almost wept. It was really another honor. Some people even personally grabbed me and thanked me myself for my services, which really touched me.
You know, to think that that many people would care about something that happened so long ago.
They made us feel so welcome, and we're so grateful that people are concerned and interested in World War II veterans.
I never had that many people to greet me before in my life, especially when coming home from the service. Others had said the same thing. They never got so many hugs and so many kisses. Never knew there was that many, they said, because they were the same way. They never got when they come home.
Probably when they got off that plane, the greeting we got there from the people in Washington was just almost too much.
By the way, this is the 4th honor flight this year. About 100 veterans took the most recent trip. Tomorrow night, we'll take you to Washington, D.C. iconic monuments, which some of the honor flight veterans are seeing for the very first time. And congratulations to all of them.
Very touching story,
That's
definitely.
Right. Well, still ahead, we'll introduce you to some of Central Illinois' unsung heroes and how they're taking action and changing lives.
Plus, new warning labels for cigarettes, some of them graphic and disturbing. Find out what Central Illinois residents have to say about it coming up.
And later, local high school athletes signed their college letters today. Kurt will have the rundown ahead in sports.